So I've already seen a few interesting places here in KL. I've seen the street life, I've seen the remarkable buildings, and now I'm currently here in Taman Tasik Perdana. I'm really hoping to escape from the hustle and bustle of the city, so that's why I'm here. And you guys, as I was strolling along the lake just now, I've already gotten a few reflection ideas that I really can't wait to share with you guys. So I'm gonna find a nice spot and then I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna record my vlog.
Having been raised in Singapore where there isn't much natural landscape to bask in, being at Taman Tasik Perdana really opened up my eyes about how therapeutic it is being around nature. There's so many things to see, so many photographs to capture, and mashallah, such an explosion of colors. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm an extremely visual person. I get most of my reflections by observing the tiniest, most randomest details around me. I'm also extremely curious, which, if you ask me, is a trait that I'm always grateful to Allah for having. I pray that no matter how old I get, I'll never stop being curious, especially with the creations of Allah, because it is through His creations that I learn the greatness of my Creator.
Hi guys! As I sit here near this beautiful lake, I can't help but to wonder of how beautiful Allah's creations are and how truly He is everywhere with us. You know, I truly believe that if we want to lead a more meaningful and more purposeful life, we have to be conscious that Allah is really everywhere with us. Before, when I think about finding Allah, my mind will only limit it to the obligatory acts of worship, i.e. my 5 daily prayers, or when I'm reading the Quran, or when I'm at the mosque, etc., etc. But then I realized that when I do that, I'm only limiting Allah's greatness and His presence, because truly He is everywhere with me. Once I got that realization, I noticed that I can feel Allah's presence as soon as I start my day. Let's just take this morning for example. Before I came to the garden, I started my day by doing my normal morning stretches. And as I stretched my fingers and my arms and every single part of my body, I would remember that every single limb that I have is a gift from Allah to me. And that inside my body lies a highly sensitive and extremely intelligent nervous system that is working seamlessly to serve me in my everyday activities. And who created this amazing vessel for me? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself. So after doing the morning stretches, I would then go on to the kitchen to start preparing for breakfast. And as I look at the food made available for me on the kitchen table, I would remember that it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that provided me that rizki. That without Him, not only would I not have this food in front of me, but I also would not have my good health or my appetite to enjoy the food that I see right on my table. And once I'm done with my morning stretches and my breakfast, I would then start my work day. And to begin my work day, I would start by listing down my to-do list. And as I list down the things that I have to finish for the day, I would make the intention that everything I do will be for Allah, because it is only because of Him that I'm here in this world, that I have the time in this world, and that I'm doing the work that I love only because He has allowed me to do so. You see guys, I know it's easy to get sucked into the repetitive motion of the everyday, and this is how you will feel restless and uninspired. But when we realize that the whole reason why we're here in this world and the only reason why we exist in this world is to serve Allah, then why aren't we finding Him in our everyday? Why are we only thinking about Him only during our 5 daily prayers or when we're at the mosque, when He is everywhere with us? So I thought that it would be a great idea that before I wrap my reflection, that I'll just share with you guys 3 tips that I try to do to try to remember Allah in the everyday. Tip number 1 is to remember that although we can't see Allah, Allah can definitely see us. Tip number 2 is to always remember that nothing that ever happens in our lives is accidental or random. If we truly want to find Allah in the everyday, we have to take time to reflect upon why things are happening the way it happens. Because let me tell you, nothing happens by chance. Everything has been written by the qadar of Allah, and if we truly want to find Him in our everyday, we have to take the time to realize why things are happening the way it happens. Tip number 3 is to always be aware and mindful of our surroundings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Yusuf, ayah number 105, "And how many signs in the heavens and in the earth do they pass by, yet their faces turn away from it?" So you see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran that He left us many evidences and many clues that He is here in this world with us, but it is us who choose not to see it. So guys, if you ever feel like you're far from Allah or you feel like you're disconnected from Allah, just take a look around you. For example, this beautiful lake or the beautiful Mother Nature, or just look at your healthy body and the 5 senses that you keep using every single day. All of those things are from Allah. It's evident that He's everywhere with us. We just have got to want to find it.
One of the things that I will always carry with me is my dream Doa Do notebook. I scribble, doodle, and write everything and anything so that my mind will not be overly crowded with thoughts. Besides writing, vlogging also helps a lot in making sure that I do my weekly share of reflections. My camera is just my second go-to notebook in a sense, as I'm always using it to capture any significant or memorable moment that I wish to hold on to. Whenever I'm writing my Tuesday love letters or doing my vlogs, I'm usually in my element, and it's something that I truly enjoy doing because I've grown so much as a person, and sharing my journey with my community just make it all the more sweeter.
So guys, a few days ago, I was caught in the infamous KL jam. Because I didn't want to be late to my next destination, I was subconsciously praying to Allah for Him to please let all the lights be green, to please let all the cars stay clear. And that was when I caught myself being aware of how dependent I am to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in practically every single aspect of my life. Sheikh Hamza Yusuf, in one of his talks, used to mention that the miracle of Allah is that for those who believe in Him will truly find Him in everything. So when we actually strive to find Allah in our everyday, even in the things so mundane like our daily commute, we will actually start to see the wisdom of His plans for us. For example, one of my closest friends was sharing with me this story. One day she was really late for work and there was a huge downpour, so she was trying to flag a cab by the roadside. She even tried calling for one, but for a good 10 to 15 minutes or so, there was no taxi in sight. At the same time, she was quickly losing hope because the visibility was so bad and she was pretty far off from the main road. And you know how sadly we only remember Allah when in times of need and in difficulty? That was what happened to my friend. In desperation, she quickly made dua to Allah. Ya Allah, please let me find a taxi. In desperation, she closed her eyes and sincerely made dua to Allah. Rabbi yasir wa la tu'asir, Rabbi tamim bi khair. Which means, oh Allah, please make my situation easy for me and do not make things difficult for me, and please let it end with goodness. And just like you guessed it, a taxi stopped right in front of her within seconds. You see, guys, my friend was this close to giving up, but it dawned on her that her efforts to find a cab were just efforts, while it is Allah that will determine the results. So that was when she started begging Allah for help, because she knew Allah is the only one who could help her. But the story did not end there. What was truly magical about this story is that when she came into the taxi, the driver told her that he wasn't even supposed to go towards her direction, that he actually wanted to turn the other way. But something in his heart told him to turn right and to turn towards her. And that was when my friend realized that all of this was Allah taking care of her. MashaAllah. And it was also in that moment that my friend realized that Allah is truly close with us, that we need Him even in our most basic things, like getting a taxi. Guys, that whole taxi story by my close friend is just one out of the many, many million of examples that Allah is always here in the everyday with us. And you know what's magical is that the more we find Allah in the everyday, the more He will reveal His love and His mercy towards us. I pray that may we all be blessed to see Allah in our everyday, no matter what we're doing. From the moment we wake up to the second we close our eyes. Inshallah, Ameen. So that wraps up my reflection for today. If you found this sharing beneficial and if you want to read more of my personal reflections, you can always go on to aidaazlin.com and subscribe to my Tuesday Love Letters. With that, I'll see you guys in the next episode, inshallah. Bye! Okay, and how many signs are in the heavens and in the earth, yet they turn their faces away from it? Tadi tu boleh ambil? Do they pass by? Okay, we go. And how many signs? Okay, go. Diorang tak ada. Okay, ready. And sincerely make doa Rabbi Yasir.
Wala tu'asir.
Rabbi Yasir wala tu'asir.
Rabbi tamim bikhair.
How to remember?
Oh my god, simple one.
You tak boleh letak headphone kat dalam. Oh my god, that's actually a good idea. Rabbi Yasir wala tu'asir, Rabbi tamim bikhair.
Yes.
Oh my god, okay, did you record that? Okay, sangat. And just like you guessed it, within a few seconds, a taxi stopped right in front of her. Boleh ketawa, because it's quite funny. I mean, okay.